we are here with Alena Sharp, playing in her 16th CP Women's Open with a best finish of 4th in 2016 and her 18th event of the 2019 season. Welcome home, Alena. It's always got to be good to be playing in front of home crowds.
It's very nice to be at home this week. Came off like a 3-week stretch in Europe and then got a week off and recharged the batteries. Got to see my family on Saturday evening and then drove up here and got some good work in with my coach on Sunday and just been busy the last few days getting ready for the tournament.
What did you work on with your coach? What are you working on in your game as we come into this week's tournament?
Well, because of the nature of all the events that I've played in, I hadn't seen him in a while, so we just kind of went through our plan, our basics again, and it was more of just polishing the shoe, as he says. He just checked out my swing. We went through some putting mechanics. Just it's not like we're changing anything. We're just continuing to refine it. So it's nice. Like there's no like huge swing change coming into this week, and it's nice to have that little, have him to look over. And now I don't have the doubts, and I just keep going forward.
And you're one of 15 Canadians we have in the field this week. It's a great time for Golf Canada and for Team Canada. What do you see as the future of golf in Canada, something that you've certainly had such a big hand in working on over your time on the LPGA Tour?
It's very nice to see a lot of Canadians playing in the field this week and a lot of Canadians doing well on the Symetra Tour. I know that they're working hard to get out here, and I think golf in Canada is on the rise. And obviously with Brooke leading the way with her win last year, it's really put Canada on the map, and it's nice to see that the hard work that Golf Canada is putting in their programs is coming to light.
Brooke has actually mentioned you a lot this year as someone who's really mentored her. She talked about yesterday in her very first CP Women's Open, remembering playing a practice round with you, and that's where the friendship grew. What is the relationship like between you two? Is it a friendship? Is it a mentorship? It's refreshing for us to see that, to see two players who seem to enjoy each other's company so much.
I think at the beginning it was more of a mentorship, but now it's more of a friendship, and I'm not shy to ask her about like advice on things with maybe like a shot or a swing, and we had a great time playing the team event. Mm-hmm. It was just really cool, and it's blossomed into a nice friendship, and the four of us, Sarah and Brittany as well, like we all get along really well and have a good time together. So it's nice to have that on tour.
Great. We'll open it up for any questions. Please raise your hand. We'll start right here with Ian and then over here.
I didn't see you there. That's okay.
They always lose me, Alena. The Olympic team coming up. Obviously, that friendship with Brooke is going to be an important factor as far as team chemistry, for lack of a better term. What are you looking for there? I mean, obviously, you two are going to be at this point anyway, you're basically the Olympic team.
Well, the Olympics is pretty far away, and I am not sitting up here thinking that I'm going to be the second one. I want to keep a fire under my butt to play well, but I think if I do qualify, it's going to be a better experience than the last time. I think going through it the first time, it's like, whoa, this is weird. Like, it's not like an LPGA event, obviously. There's all these other athletes around and just other things around the event. But I think for both of us being there the first time, we'll take our experiences and help each other out to hopefully both get a medal.
But you really you're always lighting a fire under your butt, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, see, the other thing, too, is like, I don't really know. They haven't announced yet if golf is going to be on the next, 2020?
I think it's at least.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I know for me, I'm probably going to be done in 2020. 2024, I'm going to be 43. And I think by that time, there'll be up-and-comers passing me. So I'm really looking forward to keep working hard to make that team, and it's a big goal for next year, but I've played well this year and moved up in the world ranking, which is something that, through hard work and the process of doing the things in my plan with my coach, it's showing in the results, so that's nice to see.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to look at Michelle Liu yet from Vancouver, the 12-year-old? I remember you when you were close to that age yourself, and just thinking about the experience that she's going to go through. Maybe you could just describe it for us.
I did see her on Monday on the range. swinging, working on her game, or actually it was Sunday evening, working on her game, and I think she went out and played 9 holes, and I saw Christina Kim posted something that she got to play with Christina Kim, so I just couldn't imagine playing this tournament at 12 years old. It's got to be a lot to take in, but I hope she enjoys it and has nice playing partners, and they take care of her out there.
She was in here yesterday, and she was such a breath of fresh air. Right over here.
Hi, Alena. 2 questions for you. One, you just mentioned in your opening statement about the team event. So that was the first year of the team event. That was the Dow Great Lakes Bay one. You and Brooke together finished, I think, 5th in that one. Yeah. 61 in the final round. What was that like? Because that's kind of a newer event on the LPGA Tour. What did you think of it? And obviously you did well, so you got to think well of it, I'm sure.
I enjoyed it because it's nice to do something different. The alternate shot was nervy. It was the first day, too, and funny story about that. We're talking about who's going to hit what, and Brooke's like, you hit on the evens. I'm like, okay, sure. And then I didn't realize that we're teeing off number 10, so I'm on the range. I'm like, what hole are we starting on? Sarah's like 10. I'm like, oh, God. I got a little nervous. I have to hit the shot first. I have to hit the first shot, but I focused in and hit it down the fairway, and then we were a little nervous starting, and then once we made our first birdie, it was like, boom, we just made a bunch of them and shot 5 under the first day, and the alternate shot part is obviously the harder part, and we did really well with it, so it was nice. It was a nice change. Obviously, the Olympics, you don't do that. It's like individual play, so it was nice to be on it, like, don't let your teammate down.
Second question for you, and you kind of touched on it in your opening statements. Last year was a bit of a down year for you, I think, in terms of your overall performances. But this year, you've got it back to where we know where Alena Sharp should be. So what's been the difference this season compared to last season? Because I think at least your performance has been a lot better this year.
Honestly, I was just struggling with my golf swing at the beginning of the year, and I changed coaches. I started working with Brett Saunders in June. I had saw him that winter for my putting, and I just needed to break away from who I was working with and started working with him. And I think over time, when a coach has a plan for you, it just starts to click. In the first few months, I was hitting the ball well, but I wasn't putting well, funny enough, and worked really hard on the putting. In the last part of the year, the reason why I retained my card was because I started putting well. So I think I just carried my good results from probably the Canadian Open last year through Evian. Evian was later in the year, and then started the year off really well with the top 10. So I think I just needed time to work through the things that I was supposed to be working on, and it's just paid off. Yeah.
Right here on the front.
Just going back briefly about the Olympics, and then you talking about playing in that team event with Brooke and how much fun that was. I'm wondering if there was any discussion among the women who were in the Olympics about the format, the fact that there was no team component to it, and if any discussion has picked up since that team event that maybe you would like to see the Olympic format change, or maybe just your thoughts in general about there not being a team component to the Olympics.
Yeah, I think it would make it a little bit more exciting, even if there was a mixed team like the Pan Am Games does. But unfortunately, they're not doing that. It's just individual. But yeah, I think that having an individual and a team format would be nice. They do it for other sports, so it would be nice if they looked into that. I don't know if they will, but it kind of makes it more of a team sport, which a lot of the Olympic sports are like that.
Second question for you: how has your comfort level playing at home in this tournament evolved throughout your career?
Good question. At the beginning of my career, I always was so nervous and just wanting to play well so badly. It's like when you try and force something, it never really works out very well. And the last few years, after the Olympics, I had my best finish at Pritis, and then I played decent last year. I just realized that everybody is here and they're cheering for you and they recognize you, but they're proud of you, and you don't have to make them proud. They're already proud of you. So just taking that energy in and just playing golf and really trying to enjoy it. I think just over the years, as a player, you learn to do that, and I've finally come that way, and I look forward to doing that this week. So if you see me stressing out there, just remind me what I just said.
We'll take care of you, no problem. Anything further for Alena? Well, thank you so much for coming in. Enjoy your week at Magna.
Thanks.